Hi, so what we're going to look at right now is the documents needed to apply for a university abroad. Number one, most important document you got to have is your passport. You know that you're going to fly abroad. Therefore, remember you got to have a valid passport, and if you have so, please check the expiry date. Okay, make sure it's at least valid for the next 3 to 4 years. If you do not have one, please go and apply another one. And very important, just compare the face in your passport and your existing face. For instance, your passport might be valid, but over the past 2 to 3 years you might have become older or your face would have changed. If that's the case, you got to be really careful. There's a chance that you might be questioned a lot in immigration. So make sure you have a valid passport. Number two, provide us with your academic transcripts and certificates. So when it comes to academic transcripts and certificates, most of the students doubt it or confuse it with letter of completion. Remember, letter of completion is different to academic transcript and certificates. Most of the universities do not accept a letter of completion. Maybe for a conditional offer letter, but for an unconditional offer letter and to apply for a visa, you need to have your final transcript and your certificate. For example, if you're going to go for a degree with your A-level certificate, you got to have your valid A-level certificate. Or if you want to do your masters, you got to have the valid certificate that you got from your university. I'm talking about the final certificate, as well as your academic transcript that shows the scores you have scored for individual modules. Number three, you got to provide the valid English certificates. Certain universities, certain countries, they do have an English waiver if you have performed extremely well for your O-level and A-level exams. But on the other hand, if the countries or if the universities do not accept IELTS or exam English waivers, you got to have an IELTS exam results, PTE or other exams like Duolingo with you. So very important, as I told in the previous video, you got to check whether the university is checking for the overall band or the individual band. Based on that, provide the IELTS or PTE certificate. Number four, you must provide an SOP. What is an SOP? It stands for Statement of Purpose. You're applying for a university, in another country, you clearly got to explain the reason why you choose the particular country and also why you went with the university in that particular city. And again, you got to tell why you chose the program. For example, you would have done a business management degree, and if you want to shift to a supply chain program for masters, you got to explain why did you make the shift. So SOP clearly tells the reason, explains the reason why you chose the country, why you chose the city, why you chose the university, and why you chose that specific program to pursue your studies in abroad. Number five, you got to provide your CV. I'm pretty sure you know what a CV is, but make sure the CV is not colorful. Keep it simple, keep it minimalistic, keep it in a way that the universities and the foreign authorities understand about you in the first go. And number six, make sure you have your financial document and proof of fund. Financial document, most of the time you got to have enough and more fund in your bank. Depending on the countries, it can change. For example, countries like Australia would ask you to provide your bank statement for the past 6 months. Countries like UK would ask you to provide the bank statement for the past 28 days or 1 month. And along with financial document, you got to show your proof or source of fund. Okay, you might have 10 or 15 million in your account, but from where did you get that money? That's the biggest question they might ask. So you might have to show the source of fund. Either you sold an asset or sold a car, or maybe your parents provided you with the money, or you saved your money, so you might have to show your salary slips. Alright, so you got to show your proof of fund and the bank statement. And last, few of the universities, not everyone, based on your qualifications, based on the CVs and documents you have provided, they might ask for an experience letter or letter of recommendation. Alright, so you might have enough and more experience. You got to tell where you work, what have you done, you got to clearly explain that. And after you provide the experience letter, alright, maybe your boss or the senior manager should provide you with a letter of recommendation, basically to support the fact that your experience letter speaks the truth about you. Await for more details in our next video.